Now we can talk about the news that we kind of knew it could be coming, but still, even when you know, even when you've thought it through and talked it through and understand how it could happen and why it would happen, there's still something about it happening that makes you say, holy crap,
like, wow,
I can't
really
believe it happened.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I mean, this is something that I think has been on everybody's radar, at least anybody that's really follows the NFL, people like you and me. I know we had conversations like this probably back in late August and early September, when I know I had people that I really trust around the NFL that were like, hey, you know, the Ravens this year, if they don't kind of play good football and maybe end up in the AFC Championship game, Super Bowl, it might be the end of the John Harbaugh era. That was always the word on the street. So I think anybody that was really paying attention or really in the league like you and I are, and a lot of, you know, some other people that we respect in media, we had a feel that this could possibly happen with this football team, right? And yes, at that point, though, it's still shocking because it's been one of the best coaches in the NFL here for almost 2 decades. It's one of the best-run organizations in all of football, really ever since Baltimore, or the Browns, as you say, moved to Baltimore and became the Ravens, right? I mean, it's tip-top. They're always relevant. They've been to Super Bowls. They have a definitive culture there that John Harbaugh fit. I mean, we all know what it is. The Ravens, they walk on the field, and it's like, whoa, they're big, they're bad, they're mean, they're nasty. Watch out. That's Ravens football. So it's something special there, and that's where I think it shocks all of us, because not only is he a great coach, but they've been so mainstream, so at the top of the conversation, and have such a, you know, presence about them to go, oh, whoa, things might change there in Baltimore. They might have a different look, and I think all of that, you know, put together is very shocking for people like you, me, and all the fans out there.
Well, and I vaguely recall, and maybe we have to check the show archives, we've made the point from time to time, as respectfully as we possibly can, but when other coaches are under fire, how does John Harbaugh avoid the scrutiny? And there's just always been this bubble that's been around, even talking about the possibility of the Ravens firing John Harbaugh. And I think it became most obvious when the heat gets turned up on Mike Tomlin.
Right.
Because the same questions that applied to Mike Tomlin, and still do apply potentially based on what happens on Monday night when they host the Texans in the wild card round of the playoffs, those same questions apply almost apples to apples to John Harbaugh. And that's
Seriously.
the way we had been presenting it as the ultimate decision approached. The same question, is it time, that Ben Roethlisberger raised 5 weeks ago after the 26-7 embarrassment at home with the most rushing yards allowed by the Steelers in Pittsburgh since O.J. Simpson and Jim Braxton, West Virginia great, in 1975. That question, is it time? Is it time? Steve Bisciotti decided it is time. And it's a gutsy call, because I don't know that the Ravens wave a magic wand and find someone as good or better than John Harbaugh right out of the gates. And they're going to have to sit back and watch Harbaugh go somewhere else and possibly be better with the Ravens, without the Ravens, than the Ravens as soon as 2026. That's part of the risk that Steve Bisciotti's taking by making a move that he felt it was time to make.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, the Eagles had to deal with the same thing with Andy Reid. Like, we're going to let him go. He's going to go somewhere, and he's going to turn around some organization in quite a hurry, which he did. But fortunately for the Eagles, they were very good, too, during that time period, and then won a Super Bowl in 2017, so it wasn't as jarring. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, listen, you in an alternate universe, you're having a conversation with your wife going, they made the field goal, and Mike Tomlin got fired. And when she's going, wait, so that team made a field goal and he got fired? I don't get it, right? I mean, you're right. It was the Elimination Bowl. At least I thought it had the possibility of being that, or the first to be in line to get the Giants head coaching job bowl. That's what I was looking for with both of these guys, because I have such respect for them, and we know that I'm a Giants fan, and I'd take either one to get the Giants organization back on the right track. So yeah, John Harbaugh, people are going to be knocking down his door. He's done a phenomenal job there with the Baltimore Ravens. It just felt like And you don't need to be a scientist or know everything about football. It felt like this could be the end. It feels like it could be the end of the shelf life of this Baltimore Ravens team as we see it all together. And maybe that's another part of the reason you make the move to go, hey, we're going to change some things around. We got to get maybe a little younger as a football team. And when we do that, maybe we need a new general here to kind of lead us into the future, into that conversation with maybe a little bit of a new nucleus. I certainly could see Steve Bisciotti having those conversations and those thoughts about what he wanted to do with his football team. And ultimately, yeah, it was shocking, and they made the move, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens with both sides here.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.